Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here with the observed amounts on the left and percent of normal on the right. It has been fairly dry for the past couple of weeks, especially across the south, with just a few storms moving into Idaho and western Wyoming and some high elevation snow coming to the northern Utah mountains. Past 3 days have been pretty quiet. No snow accumulations for the past 3 days, except for some light snow here in the central Idaho mountains and in western Wyoming. The snow depth values are also highest over central Idaho and western Wyoming, with some snow remaining over the higher elevations of Utah, especially over the Uintas there. Satellite image for this morning is showing high pressure in place over the southwest U.S., keeping temperatures very warm across the Great Basin today. There is a low pressure system moving into the Pacific Northwest that will bring a cold front through the Great Basin tomorrow. Won't bring a significant amount of precipitation, but some, but definitely will bring a drop in temperatures. So for today, warm conditions, especially across the south, with that cold front moving into the Pacific Northwest. By later this evening, we'll start to see that front move into western Idaho. Ventilation rates are kind of a mixed bag. Some areas are a little bit higher and then lower in other areas. For the winds this afternoon, the winds are pretty light out ahead of that front over southern Utah and southern Nevada, but increase the closer to the front you are. So winds picking up along the Sierra Front, northern Nevada, southern Idaho as well, and then the central Idaho mountains. So winds definitely increasing as that front gets closer. Mixing heights are also fairly high over southern Idaho, parts of central Nevada, and some areas in Utah, but kind of a mixed bag on the mixing heights as well out ahead of that front. On Tuesday, that cold front quickly sweeps through the Great Basin. It will bring some precipitation to the central Idaho mountains, northern Utah a bit. We'll look at that in just a minute, but not a huge precipitation maker. But will drop temperatures by about 20-25 degrees, and ventilation rates really increase tomorrow behind that front. So on Tuesday, behind the front, winds still fairly gusty over Idaho, Wyoming, and portions of northern Utah, especially the higher elevations on the downslope sides here in northeast Utah. And mixing heights are also going to be higher tomorrow. On Wednesday, the ridge begins to build back in for generally light winds and warming temperatures. Our ventilation rates will therefore decrease once again across the basin by Wednesday. So light winds on Wednesday, some lingering gusty winds across the far southern half or southern tip of the Great Basin here, and mixing heights decreasing once again across much of the area. The clearing index for the next 3 days is shown here. Some pretty poor values for today, increasing tomorrow on Tuesday, especially over northeast Utah, and then decreasing once again by Wednesday afternoon. 3-day precip totals are shown here. Again, this low will bring some precip to the central Idaho mountains, western Wyoming, and the far northern Utah mountains. Those are the main areas that we'll see some precip, but generally not a super heavy precip event anyway. But we will see temperatures drop behind that front. On Thursday, another low sets up to move into the Great Basin, especially the northern half. We will see another chance for some precip in the Thursday to Friday time frame. Winds remain light, signifying that our ventilation rates probably won't be that great for the second half of the work week. That front quickly moves through by Friday. And the winds still remain generally on the light side as that front moves through. We won't see a significant drop in temperatures with this little front in the second half of the week like we are with the front tomorrow, but we'll see another chance of some light showers here and there. And on Saturday, a continuation of generally dry conditions, especially over Utah and Nevada. Some moisture in place further north, possibly moving into central Idaho. And on Sunday, still same story, generally dry across Utah and Nevada. More cloudy conditions with a better chance of maybe some light precip in the far northern portions of the Great Basin there in central Idaho. And winds remain light into Sunday. So precip totals for days 4 and 5. Again, looking at some precip possible over the central Idaho mountains and western Wyoming as some of that northerly moisture continues to move through in that Thursday to Friday time frame, but dry across Utah and Nevada. The extended forecast is calling for more of the same, that dry and warm pattern over the Great Basin and the southwest. So not looking for any big weather changers out there through the middle or through the third week of November here. So that concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Thursday for the latest updates.